people. Hi, my beautiful people. It's Mission Monday. I hope you didn't forget. How are you and how have you been? How was your weekend?
Mission Monday.
Mission Monday.
It's Mission Monday.
Mission Monday.
Mission
Monday.
Welcome to Mission Monday.
We are back with another Mission Monday, and as you can tell, I will be sharing a word of encouragement with you all, and I've decided to speak to you guys today about fruitfulness and how to remain fruitful in a season that appears to be quite challenging and pressing for a lot of people right now. I can't lie to you, coming into 2021, I felt very apprehensive about whether I was going to hit my goals this year, and God reminded me that fruitfulness is very much a commandment. You know, by biblical definition, we see that God said, "Be fruitful and multiply the earth." That means raising a generation of disciples, raising generations that are after the things of the kingdom of God, that are after the heart of the Father, that even resemble Christ. And, you know, to be fruitful means to be carriers of God's fruit, you know, to bear fruit. Bear means to carry. So essentially, I'm here to speak to you guys today and give you some nuggets on how to be fruitful in this time. And just to remind you guys that, you know, it is possible. It is definitely possible, you know, with the right guidance and with the right determination. So I've got 3 P's of fruitfulness, and the first P of fruitfulness for me, you know, when I prayed about it, was God said we have to be positioned right. Positioned. Are we positioned under the shadow of the Almighty? And you know, even for fruit in the natural to grow, like natural fruit to grow, it has to be in the right environment. It has to be planted in the right place, in the right season. And then God reminded me of Psalms 1, where it says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful, but he delights in the law and meditates on it day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that brings forth fruit in its season, and its leaves shall not wither." So God has said, we are guaranteed fruitfulness based on our intimacy with him. You know, when we abide in his presence, and most importantly, when we are around people that are conducive to our spiritual and personal growth. You know, God said that, you know, that there is safety in a multitude of counsel. So, you know, examine your conditions, examine your environment. You know, are you seeking to go into the presence of God, or are you in environments, you know, that are, you know, having a negative effect on your life and on your walk with God? Are you around people that are speaking death by the power of the tongue, rather than speaking life and praying over you and holding you to account according to the things that you said that you would achieve and hit in this new year? These are all things to be mindful of. The second P for fruitfulness is posture. And God said to me that you can be positioned in the right place, but if your heart is not right, you know, you could be positioned around all the right people, all the right helpers, but if your heart is not right, the posture of your heart is not right, and you're not willing, you know, you will not reap the benefits of that. And then God reminded me of Isaiah 1:19, where it says, "Those who are willing and obedient, they will eat the good of the land." And basically what that is saying is that a posture of surrender to the one who accomplishes all, you know, will enable fruitfulness in your life. So that's another thing to remember. Is this something that you want to achieve for your life as well? Because, you know, God can't help you if you don't help yourself. And we have to remember that we cannot do things by our own accord, but by his Spirit. The final P of fruitfulness that I had was participation, and this is one that we often forget. Participation essentially means, how are we partnering with God to make this happen? Are we petitioning to him? Are we praying with him? Also, with fruit to grow, we actually need to bring forth a seed. We have to play our part, because there's no fruit without a seed. So what are you sowing? You know, what are you giving to God for him to work with? And God reminded me of the story of Cain and Abel, you know, where Cain's offering was unacceptable unto God, you know, and because of that, that led to destruction. So again, remember, and not just what are you offering, but the quality of what you're offering. You know, whether it's the sacrifice, the service, you know, your heart, whatever that might be, your work ethic, you know, what is the quality of that which you are offering? You know, and is that enough for God to do his part? We know that faith without works is dead. So, you know, examine the quality of your works and see if anything needs to be changed, or if you need to realign yourself to see those things come into fruition. So just in general, I want to remind you guys of the 3 P's. So it's posture, it's positioning, and it's participation. And just be expectant that God can still do, you know, a new thing, as much as our circumstances haven't changed, you know, or we feel like we can't change where we're currently at in our lives. You know, God is a God that can just work amazing things in our lives. And also, lastly, be reminded that fruitfulness happens in stages. If we see just the development of a normal fruit, a natural fruit, or produce, you know, there are stages. It starts with the seed, it is developed, it's nurtured, it blooms, and then it actually becomes a fruit and it ripens. So just examine what stage you're at in fruitfulness, and don't look at fruitfulness so much as an end product as we usually do, but look at fruitfulness from a starting point. Where do I begin? What stages do I need to implement? What steps do I need to take to ensure that I reach the final stage of fruitfulness? And I'm sure, you know, that we will see amazing testimonies and amazing breakthroughs come of this. So I hope this has encouraged someone. Just be reminded to fix yourself and fix your eyes on the promise of God, and you truly will excel in this new year. God bless.